Tangalush! And here we are, kids. It is Monday. It is 8 o'clock. And if it is Monday at 8 o'clock, then it is Mighty Monkey's Nerd World News. And you're Chevy Chase, and I'm not. Wait. Anyway, moving on. About me. Suddenly we break into gopher dances. That's great. And there's the comment section. Elizabeth is already here. Hello from the Millennium Falcon Smugglers Run Ride line. That is fantastic. That is the best line ever. That is awesome. Oh, Elizabeth is in California right now. She is at Disneyland in Anaheim. That is so phenomenal.
And I'm jealous.
There's Sean Boy. Jonathan, how are you, sir? Good to see you. So here we are yet again with the lovely and vivacious Miss Tanya to my left, and over here, I did it right. I pointed in the right direction. This is awesome. There's my buddy James from Gamer Street Irregulars, and all points in between. Awesome. So, okay, more Baby Yoda. Tyler, shut up. All right, moving on.
Tyler. Yes, Tyler. Oh, you get to live tonight.
D is on board. There's a D. All right, so we're going to jump right into it today because look at this. Hang on just a second. I'm going to click that. I'm going to click that.
I'll go this way.
You can go wherever way you want.
Just so.
So for all of you friends and fans out there of gaming and web series, The Legend of Vox Machina Season 2 has been confirmed. Okay, Season 1 is now concluded. They were broadcasting 3 seasons a week for about 4 weeks straight. Or excuse me, 3 episodes a week for 4 weeks straight. My apologies. Fans can now breathe a sigh of relief knowing that Season 2 is official. It is going to happen. So we gotta have to ask, is the curse of the video tabletop game to TV adaptation finally broken once and for all? It looks like it's starting to look that way, especially when you think of shows like Castlevania and Arcane based on video games. So they're huge in terms of their popularity right now. So this is kind of a cool ride that we're on here at the moment. Now we have Critical Role and Amazon Studios to thank for an utterly amazing D&D inspired animated series, The Legend of Vox Machina. Dig these numbers, guys. Check this out. 8.7 out of 10 on imdb.com, 8.9 out of 10 on Rate and Graph, and a whopping 100% critic rating on the Tomato Meter, with a massive 94% audience rating to follow that up on Rotten Tomatoes. So, wow, they've made an impression, kids. So with that being said, so when will Season 2 be available? Early development has already been in play according to most reports. It's entirely possible that it could be available as soon as the 4th quarter of this year. However, that's not set in stone yet. Now, for those of you still saying, Chris, what's Critical Role and who are Vox Machina? Stay tuned because I'll be talking about that later in the show. This is the moment in time where I throw part of the script behind me. I am going to go to the comment section real quick. Hang on just a second while I do that. And let's see. Elizabeth goes on to say we're writing it twice. We got on before our Fast Pass, and now we have our Fast Pass return time. That's awesome. She's doing the Millennium Falcon ride twice.
She's about to jump
I'm
on
jealous.
right now.
I don't even know when it's going to be the first time I get to ride that ride. Peter's on board. How you doing, Peter? Good to see you, my brother. And so Sean's saying that's awesome. And Elizabeth goes on to say, about to get on the ride, so got to go, but just wanted to say hi. We're glad you did, Elizabeth. That is so awesome. Hope you have fun and save the Republic. This is that moment in time where James and I are going to wave bye-bye, and I'm going to lean out of the picture, and
I'll lean into the picture. Somebody's
going to talk about comic books.
Yes. We got 3.
Whoops. Oh, wait. Hi. Hello.
Now now what is it? What's the thing on TikTok?
Now introducing.
No, and they say, and then they take their hand away, and they're like, it's supposed to be like the new
her or something like that.
Never mind.
I don't know. I don't actually pay attention to what they're saying. I'm just looking at the girls dancing. What do you want?
It's like usually brides and bridesmaids do it, and they're getting ready, and then they put their hand up, and then
there's the reveal.
Okay. Now for the best part or something, I don't know.
And now presenting this fucking thing.
Pinocchio. Pika.
Pika, pika, pika.
Sorry, that's like
All
one of my
right.
favorite. Hi, Ann.
Moving
Okay,
on.
so there's no comic chicks this week, so I had Chris pull 3 comics for us to look at this week, and chances are
Chances are
my watch is going off. They're all on Ann and Wade's pull list. The first one is Dark Ages number 5. Spider-Man joins Doctor Doom, the X-Men, the Inhumans, the Avengers, and what's left of the Fantastic Four on a rescue mission across the continent ruled by a madman. Sounds familiar.
Yeah.
But they could be too late. The dictator of Europe has heroes and villains by his side, and the unthinkable is now in motion.
I blame Sean.
Apocalypse could tear the world apart.
Yes, he could. Oh, you know what? You're supposed to. There's the cover. Oh, see, there it is. There's the cover.
Yeah.
I'm sorry. I was slow on the draw.
That's okay, but it's a really, really interesting cover. It
got
looks
Carnage
like
in there.
Carnage and Venom.
It's got Carnage and it's got Agent Venom because that's I can't remember who's in there right now. I think it's Flash Thompson, and then it looks a little bit like Deadpool.
Yes, it does look like. Well, the thing down here at the bottom definitely.
Oh yeah,
looks
there.
like
Yeah,
Deadpool.
I see the belt. I see the belt insignia. Are we ready for the next one? Here we go.
Okay. The next one is all new Firefly number 1. Captain Kaylee, woohoo!
Kaylee Fry, Captain of the Serenity,
leads the crew on a heist that proves too much for their moral code. But when mercenaries steal the relics anyway, it turns into a recovery mission. Meanwhile, unexpected revelations about Jane's family, Sean, and past further complicate things. But how will Jane's past collide with the crew's desperate present, especially when it leads them to steal from not the thieves they had in mind?
Are you living in my office right now? That happened?
You did it.
So it's my office.
I can help.
And lastly,
click. Ms. Marvel, Beyond the Limit number 3. Ms. Marvel has a doppelganger, which is pretty weird. It turns out she's a teenage girl named Karen.
Yep. Spelled Qarin.
And she has shape-shifting powers too. She's lost, like from another universe lost. So, of course, Ms. Marvel takes her under her wing, which isn't so bad. What's less good is that Karen has already figured out Kamala's secret identity, and she might just have darker plans in mind than trying to find her way home. Will Miss Marvel's glitchy powers be enough to stop her?
I don't know. All this and more this week at your favorite comic book store.
Where do I find? The all new Firefly number 1 will be at your local comic book store.
Yep.
For you, it would be Rhino's Comics right on Dewey Ave.
Right.
That would be the closest one for you.
All right. So now we're going to swing back in here. Hello. And we're going to run through the comic section as we normally will do. Sean's and Matt's. I'm going to go on a limb here and make the prediction that the Batman is going to be bigger than No Way Home. I don't know. I think it's a good. It's got some momentum behind it. A lot of the early reviews from people who've pre-screened it are in, and they're kind of impressed that. But it's kind of like it's very different. So I don't know if the appeal will be there. I mean, you're going to get the diehard fans, right? Mm-hmm. And then you're going to get the casual fans who want to see Robert Pattinson suck, and so they can go ahead and say, "Oh, he sucked," and they're not willing to give the guy a chance, even though I know the kid's a good actor, right? I don't know if it's going to be as big though.
I'm really not one that's looking forward to it.
Yeah.
I've seen.
I am. I mean, definitely.
I've seen a lot of the previews. You and Sean can go, and I'll go. I'll go see like
Sean.
Uncharted.
Will you go to the movies with me, please, honey?
Sean's like, I'm in.
All right.
Okay.
Sierra Beers is here. Hello, Sierra. I saw you post on Instagram today your schedule for this year's FC3. You're going to do Prince Adam, and I forgot which the second one. I'm so sorry, but I knew Prince Adam was going to be a big one.
Sean's like, sure.
So that's going to be a thing. So we're going to look forward to see Sierra in her new costumes, her new cosplays this fall. And let's see who else is here. Sean's here. He wants. Okay.
He wanted the comic.
Got it. The comic book, the Firefly comic. So we're doing what David Letterman used to do with his cue cards. Yeah, basically right over the shoulder.
Up,
let's see what we got. Oh, and Harmonica from Pokemon. Okay, cool. That's right. I remember seeing that now. Sean's thinking he's going to get some popcorn when we go to the movies.
So, okay, I'll watch it like this.
Oh, it's not going to be that
I don't know.
bad.
Yeah. You know I'll go anyway. I'm just not like one that like, yes, come on.
All right. This is the part of the show where we're going to dump out and let James do his thing now.
Okay.
Right? James, how you doing, brother?
Well, I'm doing pretty good. This week on Gaming Street Irregulars, Chrissy and I bring back some of our past guests who've made their names in the cosplay world, namely SM Zelda Rules and Hurricane Kitten. It's a nice, fun, breezy conversation about the cosplay hobby and their experiences in it. But that's not what I'm here to talk about. Being not just a gaming podcaster, but a cartoon podcaster, despite that show being on hiatus while my co-host works out some personal matters, a trailer dropped last week for a movie on the animated series Chippendales Rescue Rangers that I have to comment on. While I knew going in this would be starring currently relevant comedians John Mulaney as Chip and Andy Samberg as Dale, Chris, next flame, I wasn't prepared for what Disney had to show off. It's one thing for Chip and Dale to not be portrayed with the performers' voices sped up, as has been tradition for these characters, but the movie Disney is bringing out is one of the most metatextual commentaries on animation I've ever seen, period. Let alone from Disney, who almost never dips into this sort of comedic well. The premise alone, with Chip retired from show business and Dale working the convention circuit, Chris, do you think we can book him this year? Should be a warning that this is not the Rescue Rangers many of us grew up with. From a traditionally animated Chip appearing opposite a CGI animated Dale, to an entire sequence centered around motion capture animation a la Robert Zemeckis helmed films like The Polar Express, to cameos ranging from Roger Rabbit to Paula Abdul and that animated cat from the Opposites Attract music video, to the cast of My Little Pony Friendship is Magic, and not parodies of Hasbro's characters, but them appearing fully licensed and officially. This whole trailer is possibly the most off-kilter thing Disney has done with one of their traditional animated character groups in decades. It's almost as if the team behind the Deadpool movies dared them to out-meta their own works. If you have not seen this trailer, I encourage you to go see it, to go track it down on YouTube, and be prepared to be utterly puzzled about what this movie could even possibly be about. I mean, supposedly there's a story about one of the old members of the Rescue Rangers team being kidnapped, but so little of what's in there has to do with it that this movie looks and feels like a mess. We will have more on this film once it's out with a short capsule review right here on this show. Chris, back to you.
Thanks, James. As always, good work. I appreciate what you do there. Good stuff. All right. And yeah, absolutely. I'm kind of keen to see what happens there. I mean, you were right about the whole meta thing when I think it was Dale said, "Yeah, I had the CGI treatment done. Don't judge." And then it goes, I'm like, "What?"
No judging.
No judging. It's kind of crazy. As usual, kids, this is where we're going to talk a little bit about the where to get a hold of us, and then we're going to jump back into the comment section here. All right. So there's my email address. Right there. I got it wrong this time, but I'm working on that. I'm trying to be more consistent. I have to point that way to do something that's on this screen over here. And then, so email me if you have anything you want me to look into. And then if you're interested in whatever we're doing online, our website, our social media, our Twitch, our YouTube, the whole works, including our TikToks, plural, it's all right here on the link tree. As several people will use. So we're going to jump right into the comment section here real quick. Hang on just a second while I do that. Kel says hello. Hi, Kels. Good to see you. Hope everything is well. They haven't been feeling well lately. We all know there are only two real options for Chip and Dale, Adrian Swayze and Barney Farley. Never forget the SNL Chip and Dale's.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah. Right.
Chippendales. Okay.
And that took me a moment to process.
Yeah, me too.
Sierra says Disney is on the decline. They're taking over Nintendo at this point. I don't know if Disney is really what we can say is on the decline because they just released $1 billion+ movie. But, hey, could be interesting. The cartoon looks awesome. See, so Peter's thinking that's going to be kind of a thing. And then we'll go from there. Now, onward and forward into mayhem. Boom, there we go. Boom, there it is. It's review time. At the top of the show, we talked a little bit about the Legend of Vox Machina and Critical Role. Why did I do that? Because I like it. All right, that's all there is to it. This is all you need to know at the moment. And right there, this handsome bunch of people are the nerdy ass voice actors that make up the cast. of Critical Role. It's an American web series in which a group of, as previously mentioned, nerdy-ass voice actors sit around and play Dungeons & Dragons. The show started streaming partway through the cast's first campaign in March of 2015. A lot of people don't realize they actually been playing it. The game that they campaign 1 was their home game from 2012 to 2015, and then Geek and Sundry, Will Wheaton and Felicia Day reached out to them and said, hey, why don't you take it on to the studio and do it live, and we'll see what happens. And boy, and how did we see what happened. Campaign 1 ended in October of 2017 after 115 episodes, and Campaign 2 started in January of 2018 and ended in August 2021 after 141 episodes. The series is broadcast on Thursday nights, and it's basically a full gaming session for them, anywhere from 3 to 5 hours. Led by Matthew Mercer as the cast's game master. The regulars are Travis Willingham, Marisha Ray, Sam Riegel, Ashley Johnson, Laura Bailey, Liam O'Brien, and Taliesin Jaffe, with several guests popping in and out over the years. Campaign 3 recently started, and they're 14 episodes in, with voice actor Robbie Damon on board, having joined in for the fun. Now, what makes it so popular? This is the review time, right? So we're going to talk about it. What's made it so popular? A lot of web series there's a lot of live play D&D games out there where people are sharing their adventures and sharing their characters and sharing their imagination. What's made Critical Role the bar that everybody has kind of looked up to? I think personally, and again, this is the opinion section of the show, a lot of it is the relatability of the actors themselves. They do a lot with charity. They've also been very popular throughout the gaming and animated world. Ashley Johnson being the one who's most noteworthy in public. She has done a lot of FaceTime. She was in Growing Pains as a small child. She's had a couple of bit parts in MCU movies. She was in Blind Spot for several years. Matt Mercer has done a lot of TV as well as voice acting. Laura Bailey is an award-winning voice actress for several video games out there, with everybody in that cast list having made their mark on the entertainment industry in some way, shape, or form. So I think it's their relatability too. They're not lofty about it. They don't make themselves like the A-team. They don't see themselves as the A-team where you have to kind of reach up to them. They come down to you. They will talk to you. They will relate to you. There's a lot of swearing. There's a lot of innuendo. There's a lot of, they've been friends for a long time, and you see that camaraderie and that charisma between them as they banter back and forth in character, and they go through these adventures. And sometimes those adventures are misadventures. Now I'm looking briefly at the comment list, and Peter is saying, is this show like tabletop? It's not like tabletop. It is tabletop. You can find it on YouTube. So if you go Critical Role in the search bar, and you can start episode 1, season 1, campaign 1, preferably, then they'll you'll see how it goes. It's basically a bunch of people playing Dungeons and Dragons and with cameras on them while it happens. So that's essentially what's going on there. And I put myself in my bullet point in this particular review is, do I like it and why? I think it's pretty obvious to everybody right now that I do. I'm all up to date. I've watched everything so far. I will usually have it on as background noise, but you get to know these people. They talk about what's going on in their lives during breaks, and they talk about things before and after, and they're very open and honest about some of the struggles they've had with depression and with creativity and being burned out and whatnot. And so I think that helps, especially in this day and age where everything has been so stressful and everybody feels like they're right on that edge of burnout on a regular basis. You've got these people that you can see, you can kind of hang out with, and they're very accessible and reachable, and you can talk to them, and they love that. They love that whole connection is there. They're great at conventions, and so yes, I'm trying to get one or more of them at our convention in the near future, preferably this year, but I know that might not be possible.
As long as if you contact them, you include me
on
the emails.
I would keep you in the loop.
That's just the general thing. But I'll let you know, last Monday after
here we go.
Last Monday after Nerdville News, we were eating some ice cream, and I was said, oh, he's like, let me just show you this first episode. I'm like, okay. 25 minutes in, not too bad. Well, we watched the first 3. Yeah, I finished the rest of them this week. Yeah, I finished 10, 11, and 12 yesterday.
It's streaming on Amazon Prime. So if you have that, then you have access to The Legend of Vox Machina, the animated series. Now, how did that come about, you might ask? Check this out. And this is going to be the last point I make before we start wrapping up the show for the day. They put out a Kickstarter a couple of years back, and their intention was to set a goal for $750,000. They wanted to do a little bit of a love letter to the fans. They wanted to come up with a single half-hour episode. It would have been kind of like a freewheeling version of the animated characters doing what the voice actors doing what voice actors do, and they kind of wanted to do this big present for their fandom. So I can't remember exactly the day was, but it was like March of 2017 or 2018. They kicked in the Kickstarter, and they made the goal in 2 hours. By that afternoon, they were at $1.5 million, and over the course of the 30-day campaign, they raised somewhere in the vicinity of $11.5 million to what eventually evolved into the series, which has now been confirmed for season 2 of Legends of Vox Machina. And they were just completely blown away by this. I mean, if you need validation that you're putting out a good product, that was definitely it. So it's just a huge community, and like Star Wars and Star Trek, there's some toxicity too amidst the fandom. So you got to kind of like pick and choose how you take in your connection with these folks. But for me, this is a review. I'm going to review it, and I'm going to give it a 5 stars because these people are a lot of fun to watch. They're a lot of fun to associate with, and I think they've done a great job of inspiring people to play D&D, which is a personal favorite hobby of mine for the past 32, 33 years. So with that being said, Legend of Vox Machina, in my opinion, 5 out of 5 stars. And Critical Role on the whole, 5 out of 5 stars. If you get a chance, you can catch it on YouTube. On all the episodes are out there. Just type in Critical Role, Campaign 1, episode such and such, Campaign 2, Campaign 3, etc., etc. So what will happen is they broadcast on Thursdays, and then it shows up on YouTube the following Monday. You can also watch it live on Twitch if you so choose.
Sean's right. It makes you want to play.
It makes you want to play. Absolutely, Sean. Absolutely. And I do. I want to play. So that's a thing, my friends and my family. So let me just, she wants to do the hamster dance so badly. James, once again, thanks for your great work. It's always appreciated to see you, my buddy. And I will see you Friday for our D&D table of nerdy-ass convention goers, convention creators. There we go. Conventioneers. As we sit around and play Dungeons and Dragons. So, hey guys, that's it. That's the show. That's all we've got for you today. I hope you have a great day. I hope you have a great week, a safe week, and we will talk to you again next week. Where is that damn button? There it is. I play Dungeons and Dragons!